fuck? It didn't do it again. All right. Welcome back to Behind Closed Doors. That didn't work the first time, so we're back on the second time here. Today is July 27th. We have an action-packed episode. That's Taylor Offer. We have Anand Murthy back on the show. And we need a quick start off by saying that the FDA expands their list of poisonous hand sanitizers and warns of danger. Some of them are killing people, but you know who won't kill people? Clean Monster. Boom. Boom. Stay sanitized and don't get killed by these shitty hand sanitizers out there.
How are they killing people?
We're made in the USA, Pete. You like that?
USA. That's why we don't kill people, because we make it in the US of A.
We're going to have that China virus infecting our hand sanitizer.
No China virus in this town, baby.
Got it.
I just saw something on Twitter that said that it's adding more brands to the list of potentially deadly hand sanitizer products, many including methanol or wood alcohol that can be poisonous for people through their skin.
Interesting.
So you'll never get that with Clean Monster, with skin nourishing, vitamin E, and lavender oil. It smells great, feels great. That's a plug for them. All right, let's get into everything that happened this weekend. Very busy weekend. A lot of breaking news from Taylor today, especially on Twitter. So if you don't follow him on Twitter, you should probably get over there.
Hot takes.
Taylor, not only your hot takes, but you broke the news this morning that you're returning to LA. What the fuck is happening?
I'm taking my talents to South California.
Wow, he's back, baby.
Just temporary. So
Okay.
Currently a free agent. So just hold tight. I had a 2-month lease in Austin. It's up.
Up in like 4 days?
Yeah, it's up on the 31st. And I was looking at buying a house here. Unfortunately, I'm too poor to get a house here. Way too poor to get a house in LA because the market's just on fire. And I was looking at renewing. But then Alicia, my girlfriend, she used to be in Florida because her mom was watching her dog, but our mom's going to Europe to go see her family there. So we have to go watch her dog in Florida the 15th to the 31st. So I'm not going to be in Austin. So I decided not to renew my lease. So I'm going to LA for 2 weeks, then Florida for 2 weeks, then back to Austin September 1st.
So you're still going back to Austin?
Yes.
So you're just here for a 2-week vacation in LA?
Yes, and then my mom is being extremely extreme. I have to get my own AirBNB or a place to stay until I pass a corona test, and until I pass test negative.
I think
For how
that's
long?
So my brother did it. He got his results like in 30 hours, so a day or two. But she says she wants me to sit for 2 days until after I get off the plane, because it could take a couple days to show up. I have to get a test. So I'm going to get like an Airbnb somewhere. I don't know where yet. I might do Venice. I might do West Hollywood until I'm able to go to my mom's house.
So you're coming to LA. You're going to have to quarantine from your family for a minimum of like 2 to 5 days.
Yes.
So you really are here for like a 9-day to see your parents or see your mom.
My sisters had a baby, so to see my niece and
Okay.
and also it's I have to be in Florida for the last 2 weeks, so I might as well not pay rent here. So just a month of no rent. Like rent here is $3,500 a month, so I'm saving $3,500, which is nice.
Yeah. So how does your girlfriend's parents get into Europe? I thought we're banned.
Her mom was actually born in England, and she's a UK citizen.
Oh, so she's fine.
Yeah.
Good
What
for
is
her.
that process like? Do they know yet or
I
no?
don't know, because I was told like you might not be able to come back. I have no idea, but
So I actually know the process. If you go to London, even if you're an American citizen, they tell you that you have to quarantine from wherever you're staying for 14 days, but there's no enforcement.
Right.
So it's kind of honor code. But if you're caught out in the city, it's a real fine and they could potentially arrest you.
how do they catch you? Is it a Lou Will thing where
What?
people just are tweeting pictures of
No,
you?
I think it's like, what if you rented a car and got a traffic stop and they're like, when did you come to the UK? And you lie about it, right? And then they find out, they do some investigating, you could probably get in trouble.
Well, it's that too, and the same thing that's happening with Florida is these people are posting that they're out and not quarantining. So that's another way that they're catching it.
Well, so Florida is dangerous, but I'm gonna live in the country club life there. So you just kind of golf and hang out on the golf course.
So you're flying to Tampa.
Yes.
Good thing
Greatest city in the
coronavirus
world.
doesn't exist.
No, Corona isn't. It's a liberal hoax there.
They'll be radicalized by the time you get back to Austin.
So that's like, I'm going back to being pretty liberal. I'm going to stay in LA. I'm going to go back to Florida and I'm going to turn pretty conservative. And then hopefully I'll normalize in Austin.
So you being liberal now means what? The virus is real?
Probably.
Masks are important?
Yeah, masks are good. I get likes for masks on social media when you talk about masks. They're good.
So you'll come back to LA. You have to wear a mask here. You'll then go to Florida. You're not wearing a mask then?
I mean, it's like I'm obviously going to wear it to the airport if I go out, but it's a very secluded like country club. And it's like, you don't really interact with people.
Do you guys live on the golf course over there?
Yeah. Like literally like you could wake up and I could hit a golf club from the bedroom onto the green.
Got it. And then the long-term plan, go back to Austin September 1. And what's your move? What are you doing?
I don't know. So like, I might sound like a 2 or 3 month lease. I definitely want to be with my family around the holidays, which is December and Thanksgiving. But I do like Austin, and I did buy an expensive bike here that I have. So it's like, I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah. What's going to happen with the bike? Are you taking that with you? Or where is this thing?
It's just so expensive to ship a bike, and they're really fragile, and like you shouldn't do that. But like
Taylor like buys a Tesla here and then moves to Texas and doesn't bring the Tesla, so it sits, and then he buys a bike in Texas and then doesn't take the bike with him.
Yeah, so I have the Tesla and Slingshot in LA that I don't use, and that's probably close to $100,000 of cars I don't use. That's stupid. That's just depreciating fast. I have a bike
that's the flex. That's the flex.
It's just
That's
a flex.
It's
Exactly.
just 100K. Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
100K in the stock market. Don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah, blowing it left and right. This is exactly not what to do.
Wow. So you have some decisions to make. It sounds like a lot of moving parts. Some would say.
What's up? Why do you guys want to? What'd you say?
What's your friend circle doing? Are they bouncing around like you, or is everyone domiciled?
Yeah. No. My whole friend circle is like, they're renting places like in Phoenix for a couple of weeks. They're going to Joshua Tree. They're going to random places like Boozman, Montana, and like the most random like.
That's not random.
Boozman's random.
No, it's not.
It's so random.
That's where rich people go.
Oh, so
That's where Yellowstone Club is.
Okay, so that makes sense.
You fly into Bozeman, and then you go to Big Sky. If you're a Yellowstone member, you go to Yellowstone.
Okay, so that's why my friends are going there.
I mean, like Brody Jenner and his whole crew were in Montana this whole week.
We just sent him. If you look on his last post on Instagram, he's wearing a feet hoodie. We've been talking to him. We were sending him hoodies, and he responded to our DM, and he's like, "I just got back from Yellowstone, and it was such a great surprise to come back to the hoodies." And I was like, nice Yellowstone flex.
I actually was invited for a Yellowstone Club trip last week. I couldn't go, but
is that invite transferable?
But they said it was amazing. I mean,
you said Brody Jenner was there? Who was there?
Brody Jenner was there last week. I saw on Instagram.
No, it sounds awesome. But all my friends are going to, it seems like everyone's discovering nature. And it's like these places in the US that like you would never really mess with.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, Idaho's kind of cool because you have nature and space.
So
whatever.
My friend that invited us all to Yellowstone, they flew private, and he sent the travel log of the plane where it had been just for fun, just to show us. So this is where rich people are going. I looked at the last month of where this private jet has gone. They're going to Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, my friend was just there.
They're going to Aspen.
Yep.
They're going to Bozeman, Montana. They're going to Jackson Hole and Martha's Vineyard. Those are the 5 that repeatedly that private plane is going to hot spots.
That's
where rich
right.
people are going.
Nature.
Well, the cities are closed, so you have to. You have no choice.
Yeah.
I think I got an invite for Cabo, but like Labor Day or whatever the next
that's September.
Yeah,
you'll miss East 40th.
You know, nothing's gonna happen if nothing's open. The guy's not even talking about having anything happen. Period. And he's about to have a kid.
Yeah, there's no party.
No, there's no nothing. There's nothing. Period.
Are you gonna take that invite or no?
No, up in the air. I have another invite somewhere else. So we'll see. I'm a very popular guy. Probably get a third invite somewhere. So gonna be.
Where's the second invite?
Atlanta.
No, don't go to Atlanta.
Okay.
The hell? What's in Atlanta?
Lake House.
Magic
City.
Magic City. I gotta go try out what those wings are like that Lou Will keeps talking about.
If you go to Atlanta, you should hit up Danny Snacks.
Oh yeah, Dan Snacks lives there. Maybe I'll make a move for Dan Snacks. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm also traveling this weekend back to Wisconsin, so I'm interested to see what Wisconsin's like. I've heard
register to vote.
Huh?
You got to register to vote.
I'm already registered.
Okay, good.
That means I'm taking your mic this weekend, Pete, all to myself.
Yeah, I won't be here Sunday.
On the mom offer quarantine schedule out over here at the group chat office.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
No.
Does he get an automatic invite and okay to come right back into group chat?
That's D's call. He has a pregnant wife. I'm gonna let him decide.
We'll see.
To be determined.
We'll see what D says.
So we'll see. Pay attention to next Monday's episode because Taylor might be on it or he might not be. I don't know. If anything, we could always work in on Zoom. Who knows?
Great. What'd you guys need a rich white guy for? D was tweeting that.
I actually don't know.
I don't know either.
We were having a private conversation on text, I think, about just entitlement. And I actually experienced 3 people this weekend that confirmed they are voting for Trump that live in Los Angeles that are well-to-do white males.
Do you want to expose names?
No.
I don't even know what to say. Can we
And
go
these
to
aren't
Twitter on
racist.
that?
These are like my friends. I know they're not racist.
Yeah.
I understand the argument though, because Biden has dementia.
So Trump definitely does too. Biden's might be worse.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the presidency is being battled on who has less dementia.
Yeah.
Like it seems like no normal people run for president.
No, I don't think any smart young people go into politics.
True.
So that's why we're stuck with 2 guys in their 70s that have just been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, from a millennial standpoint, it's like it's a long process, takes forever. You can't even go for the presidency till you're what, 35?
Yeah,
And
35.
you don't make much money.
You don't make much money.
You do up the book deals and the speaking engagements.
But you have to get famous. Like, you have to be like AOC famous to make money.
And then you're talking about it's pretty much the NBA. Like, you're not making it to the NBA. You're like, of the 1%, you have a small chance.
Yeah, because you start out as like some city council member, then a state assembly member, then a
Yeah,
state.
look, D didn't even make it. D didn't even make it a year in the fucking neighborhood assembly, let alone going to the presidency. So,
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's backtrack a little bit about our weekend. Taylor's clearing, he's coming back, but I am already still here in LA and partying, doing everything that Taylor's not, including going on a boat this weekend with Costa Brava. So I know a lot of people are asking about it. D was very concerned about the health of all of group chat when I came back, but there's nothing to fear. Everybody was at least in our quarantine circle. So
Supposedly.
So, Taylor, did you do anything reckless this weekend? I saw you biking.
Dude, 50 miles.
How'd you feel?
Miserable.
Really?
Yeah.
How much
Well-
did you eat afterwards? Because whenever I've done like that long of a bike ride,
yeah.
you could eat endlessly.
So I burned 3,800 calories in 3 hours, which is insane. And then I didn't eat, like, I thought we were going for like a casual little stroll, like we normally do, like 15, 20 miles and kicking it. And they're like, let's do this extra ride. And I was like, okay. I didn't eat anything in the morning. And like, I had just a tiny little water bottle. And like, I guess after 3 hours of biking, they were saying, so they're all like triathletes and like marathon people. They're like, after 3 hours, your body actually starts shutting down. Like you need nutrients and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like shutting down. Like it was.
When was that picture taken? Was that like at like mile 50 or was that like halfway?
No, that was like halfway through.
And
There's
you
a
guys,
picture from the
you
annual
guys went straight? You didn't stop?
We stopped once at a gas station just for fluids.
But not to eat.
No, I got a breakfast taco from the side of the gas station.
God, that's pretty legit. Because the few times that D and I would have done like close to 50 miles, we would stop halfway, have lunch, like properly sit down, rest for like 45 minutes, and then pick it up and do the last 25.
Yeah, no, it was intense. These guys are really intense. And they were all like prep. They all had like electrolyte drinks and all this other stuff. And I was just like showed up.
But here's my question. You see a lot of older bikers. If you're burning 3,800 calories, how are they still fat?
That's a good question. I think they probably do it like once a week and
Yeah.
like the rest of the week. And I think a lot matters with diet and just there's eating like shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I've never understood. Why are bikers always so fat? It never makes sense to me. Moving on, you know who also was raging this weekend was apparently the Chainsmokers, and we had some inside information about the party itself. So what took place in the Hamptons, some story took place that made it look a lot worse than it was. So why don't you guys kind of inform me a little bit about what went down there?
I'll set it up and then let Taylor take over because he's the one with the inside info.
Ooh.
So the video that's gone viral on Twitter and social media, the Chainsmokers playing a concert. and the video pans to an area where people are clearly not socially distanced. It's in the Hamptons. Looks like people are partying. The video's gone viral. I believe the manager of the Chainsmokers is originally the one that posted it, and then accounts like Rex Chapman and all these guys that have huge Twitter followings for memes and stuff. And there it is. Looks like a rager. Looks like Coachella's back.
Coachella's back, baby.
So
what
a couple
happened,
thoughts
Taylor?
on this. Like, one, people just love hating on the Chainsmokers. Like,
The comments are pretty good.
the
like,
comments are
imagine-
great, but
Imagine dying because you wanted to catch a Chainsmokers.
yeah, it's so good. And I think it's because there's like two normal white dudes who
Yeah,
just like
it's
having
the fact
fun.
that they're two white dudes that they're so easy to target.
It's
without
so
them.
easy. But my friend Jake threw the event and helped like do all that stuff. And he helped with one in Miami. Like, he's just like the nicest, most organized guy, and like really dotted his I's and crossed his T's on it. Like, had it all set up perfectly. We actually made the hoodies for the event for feet. So we made it this like haha tequila feet hoodie collab.
Jaja?
What'd you say?
Jaja, J-A-J?
Yeah.
That tequila is infamous. So during Super Bowl weekend at the Bootsy party this last year in Miami, they were sponsored by Jaja. D, who we all know is a 1942 drinker, through and through. But it was Friday night. He wanted a vibe, and is it haha or Jaja?
Haha.
I think it's haha.
Okay, and his only option was haha, so he's just downing it. We get really drunk. I think we saw you there. Were you at the party, Taylor?
Yeah, the Bootsy party.
D was out of commission till game time of the Super Bowl. He missed everything on Saturday, couldn't eat, couldn't attend anything. And then by the time he had his next cocktail was pregame for the Super Bowl on Sunday night, because the game's at 6:30. So he was out.
Yeah, so I saw him that night and he was hammered. But then the next day we were supposed to meet up and hang. And he's like, dude, I'm not moving.
No, he didn't. We were all staying together at an Airbnb. He could not get out of bed.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard it's the best tequila as far as quality goes. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to hurt any business partnerships that you two might have with this team, but like, not the best tequila.
We'll see. Well, we made some really cool hoodies with them. The hoodies turned out really cool. It was extremely delayed, so we kind of got a earful from them for not fulfilling on time, because like there was shipping delays and all this stuff. But what I've heard from Jake, who threw the event, was it was just the friends and family section of that video, and it was a little too close. Everything else was extremely social distance, and they're gonna actually throw some more events like this. So.
That is a lot of friends and family.
Yeah, the Chainsmokers, they have a lot of friends and family.
So what's the blowback going to be? Are they going to be allowed to throw another event? Because just from perception, New York, state that got hammered the most. Hamptons, all rich people. You have that video circulating. Are rich people who those are blue state? Those are Biden voters that are not socially distanced, not wearing masks, and then they're talking shit about Florida, Texas, Arizona. I don't know. I think they have a big PR problem on their hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. He had the plan to kind of do other places, I think, but we'll see what happens.
I've heard there's Airstreamer parties in Venice.
I mean, there's parties everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, the parties in the hills happening. The influencers are getting like ratted on and articles put out about them for having parties.
Yeah.
But these influencers are actually idiots. There's literally like 400 people packed in a house. But they're all...
You would go if you were invited.
No. Right now I wouldn't, because I'm going back and I'm actually like trying to respect everybody.
But if David Dobrik invited you to a party.
Yes! Fuck yes, I would.
I honestly think Pete, out of respect for D, is obviously still doing his thing, but he's not being as reckless as most people his age. And honestly, I can't fault people your age, Pete, for doing all that. As long as you're not in contact with elderly people, go do your thing. It's not going to kill you.
Right. Got to be careful. See, I'm going back to see, like, I think I'll see my grandpa this weekend. My brother just had a baby, so, like, got to be real careful.
Yeah.
So, Anand, you have a quick take on crypto? It's skyrocketing. Break that down for me.
So, crypto's kind of been hanging around. So, kind of last 4 months. March, world falls apart. Crypto was hanging around 10,000, just about there. Crashed to 3,000 in like 48 hours when the market was selling off.
Yeah.
And I've heard podcasts from like super OG Bitcoin guys that have like their entire net worth in crypto, and I'm assuming it's a shit ton. they were saying that was a pretty seminal moment for the crypto world because there was a real chance in their mind that it could go to zero. So we have a pandemic, global sell-off, everyone is going to cash, and the fact that it even held at 3,000 showed that the community believed in the asset to exist. Because if you think about it compared to other asset classes, it's really fucking small.
Yeah.
So the fact that it survived a global pandemic was a huge moment for cryptocurrency. And then since then, it's gone from like 3,000 and hovered around 9,000 during the entire time that the stock market has been roaring. And it was very like peculiar, in my opinion, why crypto didn't go up the way the stock market. Like if people are looking for return, why wasn't it going to crypto? And it's a legitimate asset class at this point. You have governments involved. It's no longer this like fringe product. And in the last 48 hours, I think Bitcoin's gone from like 9,100 to 11,200. Ethereum's gone from low 200s to well over 300. All the other.
Nice. I have Ethereum.
Taylor finally made the right move.
Taylor made a right move.
No, I bought it at like 1,000. It's like 300 now. But I do have to sign into my Coinbase and see how much I have.
Oh,
it's not good right now.
So yeah, I think two things happened in the last 48 hours. Gold is on a tear. Bitcoin and crypto's on a tear. It's a sign that people are actually worried about the Fed printing so much goddamn money that it's going to have an ultimate effect on the US dollar, and you're not going to be able to find returns, so they're going to alternative places and hedges with gold and Bitcoin.
So the stock market's crashing.
Stock market still went up today, so I guess it doesn't matter.
You would think it would crash, but it's going up today. Don't worry.
So I don't know if you listened to the pod on today, Taylor. I took Dave Portnoy's advice. American Airlines was reporting earnings last Thursday, and I was like, okay, it's Wednesday. No one's flying. Routes are cut. The world's still shut off. You can't go to Europe. What should I do? Go long American Airlines, and I made money.
Stocks only go up. I've been selling calls against all my stocks because you make pretty good premiums. So for example, I have a decent amount of shares in Twitter, and I keep selling calls against those shares. So if the stock goes down, it'll get called away. But I haven't hit any of those calls. Sorry, if the stock goes up, I get called away. But I've been making the premiums. Premiums on options, if you sell them, are pretty good.
I've never tinkered with it, so you're the expert, not me.
I'm not the expert, but pretty much someone will pay you for the right to buy your stock at like $1 more than it's worth right now. And if you want to get out anyway, which I do, it's free money.
So what stocks are you long right now?
I'm long. Oh, you want to know what stocks are short? That's why.
By the way, I think I talked about it in this on Behind Closed Doors. That stock I talked about that I was investing in, Becton Dickinson, that was doing the 15-minute testing. It's on fire. Yeah.
Really?
I'm up 68%.
No way.
Yeah. I just bought options, but let's see.
I like that. I'm long Twitter, Snap, Amazon, Disney, Netflix, Facebook. Oh.
Snap, I love.
Dude, I like Snap a lot. I'm very long Twitter because Twitter, they have such a low market. They have a $28 billion market cap.
And Snap, I think 36 billion, right?
Yeah, but Twitter just seems like there's a lot of attention and eyeballs there. I just can't believe they haven't like monetized better.
Yeah, they have a terrible ad product and they don't convert, right?
No.
Do you guys ever?
But as I've been spending more time on Twitter, I'm like, damn, Twitter's hot.
Twitter is great.
You should have been on Twitter earlier.
I know. I would have been so famous.
So much famouser. What's his name?
Viral. He's dying to go viral by making nonsensical tweets.
Let's just go right into it. Speaking of his Twitter and his fake tweets, he comes out and tries to make another viral hit with his WNBA NBA take. Let me just read it word for word here so we can just get down exactly what he said. If you love basketball, you agree watching the WNBA is better than NBA. In the WNBA, they actually work as a team, run plays, and use strategy.
You can't even say it with a straight face.
NBA is just superstars playing one-on-one. Don't comment until you've watched a full WNBA game.
Have you watched a full WNBA game?
I read this and was so pissed off. Absolutely, I've watched a full NBA game. I also fell asleep halfway through it.
So you haven't watched the full game?
No, I have.
Taylor, two things can be true. You can enjoy the WNBA, but to say it's a better product than the NBA is
That
just
is a lie.
NBA is players playing one-on-one. It's
Oh.
superstars playing one-on-one. And
I mean, what were the Warriors? They were the greatest ball movement team of all time, the
Yes.
San Antonio Spurs.
And you do realize they run plays, run everything that you say, have strategy.
The
plays the
WNBA,
team.
they're actually running plays as a team. They're cutting off the ball.
They do that in the NBA.
Have you seen Steph Curry? Have you seen Klay Thompson? What do you
They
think?
work on, the WNBA is a better game of
Do
basketball.
not compare the entire WNBA to James Harden.
That's all he's talking about. One player in the NBA is a superstar, holds the ball.
No, if you watch any like the finals or any of the playoffs, it's always like James Harden versus KD or LeBron versus. It's one player doing stuff.
The NBA has transformed in the last 5 years. The Warriors revolutionized the NBA. I hate the Warriors with all my passion, but what they did do is show that ball movement works and everyone moves the ball, which is why scoring is through the roof, and you have games that are 130 to 125, and it used to be 90 to 80 because it was bully ball, hold the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball.
Agree to
It's
disagree.
because the efficiencies and the skills of the players has rise so much at this point that it seems flawless.
I will say, like, I thought it was cool that all the NBA guys were wearing the WNBA hoodies and promoting the WNBA. That was awesome.
All about promoting the WNBA. Don't get me wrong.
And I honestly give Kobe all the credit that Kobe made the WNBA cool because of his passion with his daughter Gigi that wanted to play in the WNBA and his involvement with all the players. Like that rookie Sabrina, like she's going to probably be a superstar. And
so if I could invest in any sport franchise right now with like the most upside, I think I'd do MLS or WNBA.
Yeah.
MLS, I get. I think that you have a backstop. The NBA will always fund the WNBA. So from a downside, you're downside protected with the WNBA.
Yeah. Also, speaking of NBA and tweets about sports, do you see me? Anthony didn't take any bait with me trying to troll him on Twitter this week.
I know. You're just
He's
dying to
good.
go viral. All your tweets. It's good. I like it. Keep it coming.
Yeah, he was really good. He's just like, I'm not dealing with any of this bullshit. Like, go play that somewhere else.
Well, break down what was happening or what had transpired.
Anthony tweeted something like, I can't understand how how anyone's a Clippers fan. Like, do you hate having fun or something or enjoying things? And me being a Clipper fan my whole life, had to stand up for my Clippers and say I'm not a bandwagon like all these other people, Anand, Anthony. But
hey, Pete, is there anything more Taylor than Taylor being a Clippers fan?
No, absolutely not.
That describes –
No.
If anyone wants to know what Taylor's personality is, Taylor is a fucking Clippers fan, is wearing a ridiculous outfit courtside of the Clippers game, doing a selfie. I think you had like pajamas on or something.
Yeah.
And then he shows up to basketball on Sundays with the full Clipper uniform as like Blake Griffin on the floor. He's no Blake Griffin, and nobody actually wears a full outfitted basketball
I play
uniform.
in
Pick up
literally full Clipper uniforms.
Yeah.
I have a hot Clippers take. Yeah, this is great for you. An article that came out, Brian Windhorst on ESPN this morning, basically – the NBA owners, they're all fucked, right? There's no fan revenue for the foreseeable future. Like next season, there's no way there's going to be fans. That's 40% of revenue.
Yeah.
They're tied into all these contracts that they're going to have to renegotiate something for the next year.
Yep.
Most owners, I would say 95% of the owners their core businesses are crumbling. So you look at like the Houston Rockets owner, he's in restaurants. Those are zeros. Even like, just everyone's fucked except for Steve Ballmer. This motherfucker's worth $70 billion.
Microsoft, baby.
Steve Ballmer can't lose. He can't catch an L.
Honestly, he can just outspend because they were saying we're going to see for the first time in about 8 years that teams are going to be selling draft picks to shore up cash. Who has cash? Steve Ballmer. I think the Clippers have the glory days ahead.
And you bandwagon fans are gonna start liking the Clippers.
I never hated the Clippers, but I always will be a Lakers fan through.
For the next 10 years, when the Lakers suck and the Clippers are the best team, I'm gonna tweet at Anthony saying, I can't believe someone isn't a Clipper fan in LA. Do you not like having fun and winning?
Hey, I think Steve Ballmer has the Clippers have the biggest advantage over the next 5 years. All the other owners are going broke. and he's richer than shit.
So do you think, making a call right now off that statement, do you think that owners start dipping out of these franchises and selling them off, and all it's taken over by is all these nerds?
Tech, if you're not from tech or finance, get out of ownership. You don't belong there. You're not rich enough.
So then ownership completely changes. What does
Yeah.
the league look like then? It's a completely different league.
I mean, you could have like Travis Kalanick could buy a team. I mean, you could have a bunch of guys like, I mean, the Airbnb founder could buy a team. Like
Watch Mark Zuckerberg will be like he'll fucking buy, I don't even know who. Who does he want? Golden State?
He wants to buy a sunscreen brand.
Zuck would be the worst owner ever. He just like would not be passionate or care at all.
No, he'd be the worst. He's the worst, period. So like, yeah, in that position, the worst as well.
Hey, I'm Team Zuck.
I've never been Team Zuck.
You use Facebook and Instagram every day for free.
All right, I use Instagram. I really hate Facebook.
You use Instagram every day and you love it, and that's given you thousands of hours of entertainment.
He didn't do anything for Instagram other than buy it. So
and make it what it is.
wow, him alone.
Yeah, Facebook's resources. Instagram would not be Instagram.
Wow.
Yep.
Taylor's the only person in 2020 standing up for Zuck.
Yeah, for Mark Zuckerberg. Well, am I surprised? No, he's a Clippers fan and a Mark Zuckerberg fan.
He's rooting for the worst NBA franchise in the history of sports and the greatest CEO and founder of the history of technology.
Taylor, by definition, just right down the chart. Okay, I don't think we got anything else for today. Do you guys have anything to add? Anything you'd like to top this off with?
I think that's it. I'll be
Okay.
in LA on Friday.
I guess that's exciting. We'll catch you for one last time on Wednesday. And then we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the week holds. Taylor will be back in LA. As usual, Costa Brava cocktails. You know the deal. 10% off. And as always, Clean Monster. Go keep your hands clean over at cleanmonster.com.
USA.
Made in the USA, baby. If you still buy masks from China, you're going to get the virus.
Our USA passport doesn't work anywhere. At least we make good hand sanitizer.
And masks. All made in the USA, baby. We don't cheap you out. We only give you the best, and the best is made right here in the US of A. All right. That'll do it for us on this episode, Behind Closed Doors. Check out Group Chat everywhere else, podcast app, and on YouTube. Taylor, Anand.
Peace.